You cannot eat it alone. You can't eat it alone. So please, build your home. Be in your home. If your husband wants to marry another wife, it is his own business. It is his headache. Hence, he's taking care of you and your children. An African man is entitled to marry many wives.
Now, let's face fact. It's not normal for any woman to come out and say she's comfortable with the idea of her husband marrying a second wife or even more wives. It's not normal. Something is wrong somewhere, because I believe that a woman who loves her husband with all her heart will not welcome the idea of her husband marrying a second wife. She won't. So if any woman comes out like this to tell you that her husband can marry a second or third wife, something made her, say something like that. And one of the reasons, or some of the reasons, that can make a woman agree or get comfortable with the idea is if the woman is not the first wife of her husband. Most women who are not first wives of their husbands can say things like this because they are trying to justify the process at which or by which they came into such marriages. So they are comfortable with the idea or try to make it look as if it's a norm. Because I believe every first wife who is happily married to her husband will not welcome the idea. A second reason that can make a woman say something like this is a woman that has not been faithful to her husband. Maybe she has some skeletons in her cupboard which she does not want her husband to find or get to know about. So she feels allowing him to marry a second or more wives is going to keep him distracted, and that way he will not know or find out the things she's doing with herself. The third reason that can make a woman say something like this is a woman who is under pressure, kind of pressure that has to do with not being able to conceive a child. So a woman who is in that kind of situation will just have to allow her husband marry a second wife so that he can have children. Another reason that can make a woman say something like this is if their tradition permits it, or if the religion they are practicing permits it. So if your religion or your tradition permits your husband marrying more than one wife, then the woman cannot do anything about it, especially if your religion permits it. You are not happy with it, but you can't stop it from happening. So these are some of the reasons that can make women, or some women, come out to tell you that a man can marry as many wives as he wants. It's not because everything is okay. It's because something is wrong somewhere. Because any woman who really loves her husband with all her heart will not want to share her husband with another woman, will not want to share her husband's affection with another woman, will not want to share her husband's body with another woman, will not even want to share her husband's money with another woman, or even want to put her children in a situation where they grow up in a polygamous home, because we know what happens in polygamous home. So no woman in her right senses would wish or even want her husband to take a second wife or more wives. No woman at all would want that for herself and her children.